Americans say they're worse off now than they were a year ago, highest since 2009, while Biden's IRS is cracking down on waiters' tips. Yeah, the pesky little thing that they said we weren't going to raise taxes on 400,000 people making less than $400,000. Weird.
Well, inflation already is a tax on the poor and the middle class, so the tax is already happening. So they're trying to, as always, trying to put the wool over our eyes. Joining us now for more is the Vice Chairman of the House Financial Services Committee, Arkansas Congressman French Hill, and welcome to Wake Up America. Americans are hurting.
Well, it's great to be with you.
Thank you, sir. Americans are hurting, and the IRS is going to increase taxes on waiters. Didn't Biden say, oh, let's tax the rich, this and that? But I don't see any IRS agents. They primarily target people that are making an average income or less.
Boy, isn't that the truth? And that's why the first bill that Kevin McCarthy brought to the House floor was to rescind the funding for the 87,000 new IRS agents. I don't have any constituents writing me demanding that. And when you look at the Joint Tax Committee's bipartisan study of Biden's proposals, they say 70% of those targeted make less than $400,000. And we see that already. We don't even have to take the Joint Tax Committee's word for it. He's proposed looking at every Venmo transaction over $600. So what you're reporting is true, frustrating, and that's why we repealed the funding for those 87,000 agents.
Right. Well, you know, the bottom 50% of income earners in America pay only 2.5% of the taxes. So he's like, well, let's bump that number up. I mean, that's the Democratic policy, but we're going to say it's about the rich. Here's President Biden, though, in Tampa, Florida, talking about taxes and the economy. Listen to this.
No one making less than $400,000 will pay an additional penny in tax. Not one single solitary cent. Giving families and seniors just a little more breathing room, my dad would say.
Congressman, it just seems to me that if he goes up there and just says this stuff, there's still a huge swath of Americans who trust the president because we should.
Yeah, I mean, we do expect our president to lead our whole country and speak for all of us. He's elected by all the people. And that's what's really frustrating when he passes on this misleading lecture that he did during the State of the Union when he said the economy was strong and that they created jobs. Actually, between December and January, this past January, 2.5 million jobs were cut from the rolls across the country. And when he said that families are better off, my family's in Arkansas make an average family income of about $44,000, and inflation's taken an additional bite of $7,500 per year from our families. So our wages are not growing faster than inflation, which was a comment that he made during the talk. So this is gaslighting the American people. It's frustrating the members of Congress because we want to work together with the president for a stronger economy, more opportunities for our families.
Right. Well, Congressman, obviously you've heard the recent news that Newsmax was dropped from DirecTV. Tulsi Gabbard came out and said, you know, censorship is bad on either side because what happens when it's you who's being censored? What do you say?
You bet. And that's why I think our Judiciary Committee is going to investigate this far-left bias towards censorship in our committees in this Congress. I look forward to those results. And I'm glad my constituents are dropping AT&T and writing in to AT&T complaining about dropping Newsmax, which is an important independent source of news. We should want more news sources in this country, not fewer, for all of our families to consume.
Yeah.
Amen.
I'm with that.
And did you hear that AT&T stock went down about what was it? 10%?
10 billion?
$10 billion. When you go woke, you go broke.
Arkansas Congressman French Hill, we appreciate being here, sir.